Hi foodies, today we're making some Tun Cornmeal, aka Tun Cornmeal. It's a really delicious and filling dish that we enjoy in Jamaica, and of course other countries do it too. Let's get into it. So these are some of the ingredients I'm using: butter, some cornmeal. I'm also using some allspice berries, aka pimento green. We have onion, bell peppers, Scotchbonnet and thyme, minced garlic, diced scallion, some pumpkin and carrot, then of course saltfish, but you can do it vegan or vegetarian if you prefer. In this cup I have coconut milk, and we are just going to be stirring the cornmeal into the coconut milk. Now because we are softening it and getting it moist, it's easier to add to the liquid and avoid lumps. When it comes to Tun Cornmeal, you can toss everything in the pot if you like, but I like to get the butter in there and then cook up the onions and bell peppers, along with some diced carrot and diced pumpkin. You can use a lot more or less if you want to. And we're just going to cook this for about a minute or two, then we can go in with the other stuff. Now we're adding minced garlic. We stir the garlic along with everything. Once the garlic gets nice and fragrant, guys, we are going to be adding some salted codfish. The codfish has been boiled, cleaned, deboned, and flaked. Okay, so it is good to go. Excess salt has been removed, but you leave some for flavor, of course. The saltfish is cooked already, okay? So all you're doing is just stirring it around just to allow it to absorb some flavor from the pot. Then we will add some more ingredients. Now remember I said you can dump everything in the pot at once if you prefer, but most times I like to build the flavor a little at a time, okay? I'm adding some scallion right here. So this is diced scallions. Then allspice berries, you can use less if you want to. And minced Scotchbonnet, along with minced thyme leaves. You can leave the whole sprig in there if you prefer, but I like to actually eat the herb itself, so sometimes I'll remove it from the sprig. Now we're going to add some water. Okay, so add the water, then go in with seasoning. Now I'm adding black pepper along with all-purpose seasoning. If that saltfish is too salty, please be careful with the all-purpose seasoning because that's gonna add more salt. Okay, so it's important to taste the saltfish. All right, then cover this and allow the pumpkin to cook a little bit. Then you're gonna add the moistened cornmeal. Make sure the heat is low because high heat is gonna make this thing clump up so fast. I use my whisk, okay, just to loosen everything. You want to make sure there are no clumps in there, but you could just use a spoon, okay? So I use the whisk first to loosen things up, make sure everything is distributed properly. Then I go in with my spoon. Now, of course, you are going to be stirring this. You're going to be turning it over and over and over again because you want to make sure the cornmeal is cooked properly. Make sure you lift from the bottom and flip it over, turn it in all directions because you want the heat to distribute throughout the whole thing because you want the cornmeal to be cooked properly. You're going to make sure that your heat is low and then cover this, allow some moisture and some steam to get in it, and just stir it occasionally. Make sure you bring the cornmeal that's at the bottom to the top. Stir, turn over and over again. While you're cooking Tun cornmeal, what's happening is those cornmeal grains, they're absorbing the moisture and then they swell and break, okay? And then the mixture gets nice and smooth. So continue to stir things around, okay? And then you can cover the pot if you want to and allow that steam to cook the Tun cornmeal. If you're cooking a huge pot and if that pot is not non-stick, you might need to stir more than I did, okay? I love this pot because it makes things easier. Why make it harder, right? Give it a taste and make sure the granules are nice and soft. You should not be tasting those little cornmeal grains, okay? Now this is good to go, guys. You just scoop it up and have it like this. And you know what? As it cools down, it gets thicker. So I prefer to have it when it's fresh and hot and moist. In the comment section, let me know what you call this in your country, and let me know if you add anything else to it, like gungo peas or, other stuff. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.